First, the good news: the amount of planet-warming gases Californians released into the atmosphere in 2020 was 9% less than the previous year, a record decline mostly because of motorists driving less amid the COVID-19 lockdown. Now, the bad news: the quantity of carbon dioxide spewed by record-setting wildfires that same year effectively erased almost 2 decades of emission reductions on the part of the world's fifth, and soon-to-be fourth, largest economy. Those two findings, both released in a little more than a week's time this month, have painted a grim and confusing portrait of California's efforts to curb global warming. They also come as a UN report finds that global greenhouse gas reduction efforts are highly inadequate. Word that Californians had effectively reduced carbon dioxide emissions by 35 million metric tons in 2020, the equivalent of 94 coal plants operating for a year, was announced last week as a part of the California Air Resources Board's annual greenhouse gas emission inventory. The inventory, however, did not account for the roughly 127 million metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent that were released by the state's 2020 wildfires. That piece of the equation was announced earlier this month by UCLA researchers. They found that wildfires were second only to transportation as the state's primary source of planet-warming gases in 2020, ahead of industry and electrical power generation. Asked why their inventory did not include that information as well, CARB said it was designed to estimate heat-trapping gases produced from all sectors of the state economy, including industrial transportation, electricity, agriculture, commercial and residential sectors. We do track wildfire emissions. They said the agency did include wildfires when it calculated its draft 2022 scoping plan, which urges state and federal authorities to drastically increase the thinning and treatment of forests that have become dangerously overgrown with flammable vegetation. We are working with other state agencies.